spreadsheet.
We would come to order. We will reassume the meeting. We have a motion on the floor, and if the clerk would read that motion, please.
A motion made by Councilmember Manspeaker to add infill sidewalks in the amount of $5 million to attachment A was seconded by Councilmember De La Isla.
Okay, thank you. Now, in this process, we have the couple issues that you see is, right now, we have an attachment A that doesn't agree with the resolution that was passed of what goes on the ballot. So that's the big picture we're looking at. And now we're gonna ask the legal staff to give us a couple options. Now, I know we have a motion on the floor, but we will get to that, but I think it's good to look at the big picture here of where we are and the direction we need to go. Yes.
The first thing is we have to obviously deal with the motion that's on the floor. And then a couple options would be defer the interlocal agreement, or you could take no action on the interlocal agreement. There could be a motion to reconsider the resolution that we just dealt with, to make changes to that to reflect the staff recommendations in the interlocal agreement. And then you can revisit the interlocal agreement within the same meeting to approve that.
So actually, if I restate, really the two options is, in some process, we have to bring those two together.
Right.
Or the other option is, we do not take action on the interlocal agreement tonight. We just defer that, and we have approved the resolution states that would go to the county saying what would go on the ballot. And then if that comes, at some point, comes back to us, and then we can do an interlocal agreement, which is the process and the amounts. And I think this is the way it was done 10 years ago.
Right. The interlocal agreement in the last sales tax, the agreement wasn't signed off on until actually after the election. So there's no push to do the interlocal agreement. I mean, I'm sure we'd like to do it, but you don't have to act on it tonight.
All right, so now, we do have a motion on the floor to add infill sidewalks at 5 million to the attachment A to the interlocal agreement. Is there discussion? If not, all those in favor vote yes, opposed vote no. I vote yes.
This is Chad's motion, right?
Right.
Okay. Mayor, you voted yes, correct?
Yes.
We have 7 yes.
7 having voted yes, the infill sidewalks at 5
8 yes,
million is
1
added to
no.
attachment A.
8 yes, 1 no.
Now, Mr. Schmidt?
I would make a motion to remove from attachment A Northwest 46th Street, which is budgeted at 9.4 million, since it does not exist in the resolution that we already passed. And then I would add county trails at 12.5 million. And amend the bikeways master plan to 2.5 million.
Does that add up, or do you know, did you do math on that, or we'll wait to hear the? Oh, it's, okay, then it's moved and seconded. Does this bring this attachment A in line with your resolution? I'm asking,
No,
no. But it's getting closer.
correct. And it's funding all of the things that were passed in the resolution.
I believe it matches the resolution that was
Yeah,
passed earlier.
I think it does. I mean, I maybe, we didn't have figures in the other one, but it just has the,
Take out
Right.
46th Street.
It matches the resolution in that everything that we agreed to fund in the resolution would now be on attachment A.
Right,
The total amount would be in excess
okay,
of the 240 million, but everything that we've agreed to fund would be in attachment A, and the 46th Street, which is not in the resolution, would be removed.
okay, yeah, we're together.
Okay.
Do you have a figure on that, approximate, Mr. Gerber?
12.5 million for trails, 0 for Northwest 46th, 5 for sidewalks.
The sidewalks are already in.
2.5 for bikeways.
2.5 for bikeways.
Yeah.
That totals up to 247,400,000.
Okay. And is that's in a reasonable area that we've talked about, if we have the, not knowing specifically the fund, how much funds will be coming in, and with also it gives a response to the county for them to consider. Is there other discussion? Yes, I'm discussing. Seeing none, all those in favor vote yes, opposed vote no. I vote yes.
We have 4 yes and 5 no.
Okay, 5 no, motion is defeated. Yes, Mr. Manspeaker.
Is it my understanding that if a member of the presiding side from the initial resolution that was passed wanted to make a motion to reconsider, and then that subsequent motion failed, then we would be back on the original city suggestion in the resolution? So then it would match with the attachment A with the exception of the infill sidewalks?
Yeah, the only project that we've added is the infill sidewalk.
So a member from the prevailing side would need to make that motion to reconsider, and then we would revote Councilman Schmidt's initial resolution.
Yes.
Thank you.
Councilman Schmidt?
That would not include infill sidewalks on attachment A, because we're voting on attachment A based on the other resolution, right? So we would have to
You would,
repass what we've already passed as far as infill sidewalks.
you would have to add infill sidewalks to the original resolution, which was attached to your agenda, not the substitute.
Correct, so we would have to redo what we just did.
Yes.
Mr. Leesler?
I will make a motion to reconsider.
Okay, Ms. Elisla moves, Ms. Elisla moves to reconsider. And you want to state what we are reconsidering?
It's my understanding you're reconsidering the resolution which is item 5D. No, I'm sorry, 5C.
C, which was the resolution of,
No, you're the same name.
which was Councilman Schmidt's resolution that passed. So it's this list, again, that we're reconsidering.
Yes.
This is a resolution with the listing on the back of the page,
You're reconsidering Councilman Schmidt's substitute resolution.
okay? All right. Okay, I don't know, was there a second? Okay, Deputy Mayor seconds. Is there discussion?
I'm
Ms.
sorry.
Heller.
we don't even have a copy of what we're talking about, and it's pretty late. I have penciled in, I think, on my attachment A of,
It's this one. It's just the resolution, and on the back is a listing of what would be on the ballot.
and
No
we didn't
amounts.
change this one at all.
Well, we added
We
infield
added.
sidewalks and Topeka Boulevard.
That's what I thought. I'm just wanting to make
Yes,
sure,
right,
since
yeah.
I don't have a copy of what we're reconsidering.
That's this one here.
So we added it back in, and we added number 18, or 19, whatever it is.
Are there other questions, discussion?
So we're simply reconsidering the adoption of that list.
Yeah, the resolution, which
resolution.
includes a list of 17, actually 18 items.
Well, now
No,
19.
19, right, 19 items. And if this, okay, this for the legal, this is a motion to reconsider. So this is only a vote to reconsider. We're not voting on whether or not we're approving this.
Not yet.
This is a vote to, that we proceed with a vote, to re-vote in a sense.
Yes.
Okay, are we together? This is just a vote to reconsider, to vote again, whether or not we want to vote again. Ms. Hiller?
And so then the vote to reconsider would mean that
Well, we're
We're-
going to
we
vote
would-
again.
we would vote again, and since, and again, we have a list that everybody was willing to vote for, or the majority was, that didn't have dollar amounts on it. So the reason to reconsider would be because we were gonna vote it down, or someone suggested we vote it down and change the list. Is that correct? Because if we think the list is okay, we're just stuck on numbers, we don't need to.
No, it's not the list.
No, I think,
Okay.
go ahead,
The
Mr.
the
Mansky.
list that we passed does not, you brought this point up. The list that we passed does not match attachment A. My intention would be that if someone from the prevailing side wanted to make a motion to reconsider this, the amendment that Councilman Schmidt added, and if it were voted down, then we would be back on the original suggestion from the city manager's office, which would comply with the exception of infill sidewalks with attachment A.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna vote against reconsidering, because I think we need to work on the numbers. I may get outvoted, but.
All right, okay, thank you. Is there other discussion or comment? Okay, so we're voting on to reconsider the vote. All those in favor vote yes, opposed vote no. I vote yes. Yes, I'm voting to reconsider, to vote again.
We have 7 yes and 2 no.
Okay, 7 having voted yes, we will proceed with a vote on the resolution. And I don't believe there is discussion on this. I think we proceed immediately with a vote.
Can I make an amendment?
I don't
He's
think you
parliamentarian.
can make an amendment. I think we have to
To
vote on,
reconsider the resolution.
we're just
That's why I
voting on,
asked.
It's an up or down vote on the substitute.
on the
If it's
substitute.
voted down, then you're back to the original resolution, and
Then
then
you
if
can
you want to make an
amend.
amendment to add
Then
something.
you can
do that.
amend then. Okay. Are everyone clear on what we're voting on? We're voting on this resolution that we approved earlier. All those in favor vote yes, opposed, no. I vote no.
We have 7 yes and 2 no. I'm sorry, 7
I'm
no
sorry.
and 2 yes.
Mine was a yes. I hit the button
Okay,
wrong.
so Ms.
Yeah.
Hiller changes her vote from,
3 yes and 6 no.
So it doesn't change the outcome.
No.
Okay, so now you're back on the original, proposal put forth by the city manager, the original resolution.
Mr. Mayor,
yes, Mr. Manspeaker.
I would like to make an amendment to the resolution as presented by the city manager to add infill sidewalks to the tune of $5 million.
Who made the original
Resolution doesn't have any money.
to
Infill sidewalks, no money.
At the beginning?
All right. I'm just going to wait till we're together here with the legal.
De La Isla Schwartz.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded to add infield sidewalks to the resolution.
Page, who was the second?
Yeah, I know, maybe that would be the easiest thing to do, than to find the resolution.
Yeah. I'm sorry, what page is the?
I don't know. Does someone have the page of the resolution? All right,
It's not-
thank you. Well, that one says Richard Harmon. That's the
Yeah.
one we
No,
passed.
that's an old one.
That's the old one.
The resolution you're voting on was the one that was attached to the agenda. It's not in your book.
I don't have it, I don't have it printed. I thought it was all in the book.
No, I don't have it. I don't have it either. I don't have it. It's on page 2. I have it. Yeah, this is the regular. We should have a copy. Because it should be the same. Okay, I believe it is the same as the chart at the front of the book. On page 2, if you want to look at that. That is helpful. The column on the right. And we have a motion, and actually, this is the resolution, so there are no amounts, but we have a motion to add infield sidewalks to that list.
Who was the second?
I'm sorry.
Who was the second? Thank you.
Is there discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor vote yes, opposed vote no. I vote yes.
We have 7 yes and 2 no.
7 having voted yes. The amendment is approved to add infill sidewalks at 5 million.
No, just infill sidewalk.
I'm sorry, infill sidewalks, no money. Right, we're on the resolution. Mr. Schmidt,
I would make a motion to add the county trail system to the list on the resolution.
it's been moved to add the county trails to this list.
Second.
It's been seconded. Discussion. Seeing none. All those in favor vote yes, opposed vote no. I vote no.
We have 3 yes and 6 no.
6 having voted no, the amendment is defeated. I'm sorry. Deputy Mayor.
I guess I just have a question.
Mike.
Sorry, I have a question to clarify. Now, are we, what we've just done by adopting the resolution as proposed by the city manager, does that is that compatible now with what we've already done on attachment A?
With the amendment made by Councilman Manspeaker, it would bring it into compliance with attachment A. You would still need to pass the resolution. You've just made an amendment. that-
Right,
that
so
At some point,
that's what
though,
I was gonna do now, is make an amendment, make a motion to adopt the resolution as amended.
Actually, yes.
yeah. Is there a second?
Was there a second? Okay, Mr. Manspeaker seconds. Is there discussion? Ms.
I
Hiller?
can't support it without the trails in it.
Understand. Other discussion? If not, all those in favor vote yes, opposed vote no. I vote yes.
We have 5 yes and 4 no.
5 having voted yes, the resolution is passed.
Okay.
I'm sorry, is there,
4-4.
He voted yes.
I voted yes, my vote isn't up there.
You don't vote on the resolution, you only vote on the.
I'm sorry, you're correct.
You're right,
I
sorry.
do not, it is,
4-4.
it is not passed.
We've been voting for him. We've been including him. That really.
Ms. Delisla.
You can make a motion.
You move.
We don't have anything on the table.
Yeah, it failed.
Okay. So we did not, okay. The item 5C is defeated.
Yes.
There's no resolution. And in a sense, there would be no need to take up an interlocal agreement since we have no resolution. All right, so we will proceed to the next item on the agenda. 5E is applications, and I believe we have some.
Yes, there is one retail cereal malt, a cereal malt beverage application for the Wheat State Pizza located at 1801 Southwest Wanamaker Road.
Council, you've heard that application. Your
Motion to approve.
Mr. Manspeaker moves to approve. Ms. Delisla seconds. The discussion, all those in favor vote yes, opposed vote no. I vote yes. And I have a vote.
Mr. Manspeaker, Ms. Schwartz, did you want to vote? No. We have 6 yes, right? No, 7 yes, I'm sorry.
7 having voted
yes.
yes, the application is approved. We go to item 5F, minutes of the July 1st meeting. If Clerk would read.
F is minutes of the July 1st, 2014 council meeting.
Ms. Hiller requested to, that we consider those separately. Ms. Hiller?
Yes, I have 2 corrections to those minutes. They're fairly simple, but they were significant. They're coming around now. There was a quote from me on page 293 regarding the infill sidewalks, actually. And my suggestion at the time had been that they would be a good idea, but not out of the, this plan. And instead made a suggestion that a 2-year tax at a later time could work. What you have in front of you is the amended language that would correct the minutes there. And the second correction is that Councilman Harmon made a series of suggestions with dollars and projects in those minutes, and they reflected that he suggested $150 million for sidewalks and trails and bikeways, and I was pretty sure he said 15 million. So correction
And
would
you checked with
be,
him, and he verified, he said 15.
I didn't actually, I thought
Okay.
he would be here, but I was certain,
All right.
so.
Would you want to move approval of the minutes with these corrections?
If I can do it that way, yes, I would move the approval of the July 1 minutes with the corrections as distributed.
Is there a second? Ms. Delisla seconds. Discussion? All those in favor vote yes, opposed vote no. 5 votes.
We have 6 yes, 1 no.
6 having voted yes, the amendments are approved with those changes, corrections. We now go to announcements. Mrs. Hiller, I'm sorry, City Manager.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'll just make reference to an item that we discussed earlier, that the transportation alternative projects, the grants, the bikeways project for Phase 2 was selected by KDOT, and that it is, provides a benefit of $223,000 for the Phase 2 project. And there's a private match of $43,000, which will not come from city funds. So that's a piece of good news and helps us achieve our bikeway goals. So.
Thank you. Mrs. Hiller.
Well, I heard that news today too, and I just shout out to all the bikeways folks. I'm really excited about getting that award and proud of them for all the work they've done and raising that private match. Also, I did attend the Amtrak visit earlier this week, and I think the mayor's going to talk about it, but I really was excited about the fact that the national leaders of Amtrak and of the Santa Fe, Burlington Northern Santa Fe Railroad, as well as our transportation secretary were there to address the issues of train service in Topeka. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Brown?
I just wanted to mention, for anyone that doesn't know, which is probably nobody, Fiesta Mexicana and a carnival portion kicked off tonight, and they run Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 4 p.m. to 11 p.m., and then Friday and Saturday, 4 p.m. to midnight, and then the closing mass on July 20th at 9:45 a.m. So,
Ms. Ortiz, Deputy Mayor, Ms. Delisla, Mr. Manspeaker, Mr. Schmidt. I do want to acknowledge the County Commissioner Sherry Bueller has been here this evening. Thank you for coming. You're always welcome. Glad to have you with us. I hope you enjoyed your evening. Pun intended. And I just want, if Karen would hold up this sign just very quickly. Last week, the special Amtrak train came through, bringing attention to Amtrak. And as you know, there's a funding issue into the future. The contract between Amtrak and Burlington Northern Santa Fe ends at the end of 16. At that point, they go on the Burlington Northern track across Kansas. It's not at the level to meet the standards of Amtrak. So they're looking at, of course, funding from the states. Now, they do this, they're hopeful that will be some federal funding. Amtrak will come in with some money, and then Kansas, New Mexico, and Colorado have to put funds in. So it was an important event, I think, to have the CEOs of Amtrak and Burlington Northern here. We want to follow this closely. We have 10,500 passengers board and alight in Topeka from Amtrak in the last fiscal year. That's a very good number for them. But if for some reason this route wouldn't continue through Kansas, it's also possible that it would not come also over to Topeka. So this is down the road, but it's something that we have to be aware of and we have to follow. Thank you. Over there. We have one person signed up, two, but I believe the other one has left, Chance Lammer, if you would like to address the council.
Ladies and gentlemen of the council, my name is Chance Lammer. I'm 19 years old. I was born in Topeka, Kansas, and raised by my grandparents, Jim and Charlene Roebuck, owners of Roebuck Jewelers. From a young age, I've always been interested in business, and now I am the proud owner of my own business, Take a Chance on Auctions, and today I come to speak to you about youth entrepreneurship. Youth's natural disposition for innovation and change make young people well suited for entrepreneurship, provided the community can give the youth the right support to overcome their challenges and to improve their odds of success. As city's economic development benefits from youth entrepreneurship in terms of employment creation, product and service innovation, market competition, community revitalization, and income generation. Youth entrepreneurs face greater challenges than adult entrepreneurs, and therefore would benefit from talent development programs to support them with skills, mentoring, networking, and access to resources in order to increase their rate of success. I've got a quote from Carlos Bogromo. Youth has a natural disposition for innovation and change on which we can capitalize, as long as we are clear that successfully launching a new enterprise, however small, is a process of innovation. And what I want to let you guys know is that I've been looking for buildings to rent, and I've got friends that do that too. And then we run into the fact that that the city tax, state taxes, I've been looking at all levels, are really high. And with high taxes come high rent, because the landlord has to pay higher taxes. So then, but as a youth entrepreneur, I was looking at different things that other states have done and other cities have done, and that would be give landlords tax breaks if they want to participate in a program that would lower the rent or and help benefit the young entrepreneur. So then, in a city like we have, is a very corporate. We have a lot of big entities that come to Topeka, which is great. But we also need to remember that everything starts small. Just like in the quote, everything starts small, and it's all a process of innovation. But what's going to happen when the older people are gone and it's up to the young people? We need to have young generations to take over. And if we don't have the support of a community, now there is a lot of support in our community, but just not as much as there is in a lot of other places. And I believe that a city as great as Topeka is, that we can do more with youth, and I think it would do good to do more with youth.
Thank you.
And that sums it up. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, members of
Appreciate your
the-
comments.
Thank you.
There being no other business, I'm sorry, we have an executive session, too. So if you would want to give us the background for that, Mr. Sablet.
Yeah, I would ask for a motion to go into executive session for 5 minutes to discuss non-elected personnel matters, and that would include the elected body, city manager, Mr. Gerber, myself. Is there anybody else you need, Doug? I think that's it.
Ms. Ortiz.
I make a motion, we go into executive session for 10 minutes
Okay,
to include the following.
those people you mentioned, Ms. Hiller seconds. All those in favor, vote yes. I'm sorry, Jeff, okay. Vote yes, opposed, vote no.
Ms. Ortiz? We had 7 yes.
7 yes, we will go into executive session, and there will be no business, and we will not come back into active session, so everyone is free to leave if you would choose.
I think he wants to go talk to Sherry.
So, what does the county do?